Well, hello there. So, sorry, I'm a mess right now. Oh.
Disgusting.
So right now I'm going to do another little project. Let's get started with this one. I'm using this little cactus I got from Hobby Lobby. It was 30% off of $7.99, so I paid around $5 or so for it. I absolutely loved it. I thought for $5 I could just paint this. This is a paper mache, already made. Love it. Looks like a real cactus, so figured today I'd show you guys what I'm gonna do to it. I've got so many different things in mind, but obviously the first thing we want to do is go ahead and paint our base colors. Obviously this is going to be like a grayish green color, and then we'll do some highlights and lowlights and maybe add little pieces to make this look more lifelike. I think I'm going to glue in some rocks right in here, and then this we will paint like a really cool chic design on the pot. So I'm going to get started with painting just the base colors. The pot, I am going to end up using a little bit of this red I got from Dollar Tree. And I'm going to mix a little bit of the yellow with a little bit of white. So that's just going to be like our base. I need to find I have different greens here for the cactus part. I have this gray color I'm going to mix in with possibly like this green, and this green is here. So I'm not really sure. I'm going to like play around with them. I got these all on clearance. You can see the stickers. I paid $1.24 for this. Originally this was $4.99. $2.49 for this. Originally $9.99. And $1.87 originally $5.49. I think this was from Walmart or Michael's, but I'm not sure. Honestly, I always pick up different paint colors if they are on clearance. I'm so sorry, guys. Watch out, kitty. I guess my camera stopped recording. But basically all I was doing was painting. So far, we just painted our base color. I'm going to go back in and add highlights and lowlights. And I might add some things on the cactus to make it look more realistic. I'm going to add some rocks in here. I'm not sure if you guys heard me say any of that stuff, so I'm just kind of... Anyways, the paints I used to get this custom peach color, so pretty. I ended up using maybe like three dots of red to maybe like a squirt of yellow, and then a lot of white. So I did my own custom little mixture. I mixed these three to get the green color. I used a lot more of the foresty color, this darker green, a little bit of light just to brighten it up, and then some gray tone in there, some blue gray tone to just really make that green pop against this peach colored pot. It looks so freaking cute. I'm obsessed. So when this is dry, I'm going to go back through and we're going to paint some highlights, lowlights. I'm going to paint a design on the pot as well and make this look so cute. Let's just hope that it keeps recording. So here's my little project. It's almost dry here. Well, it's not dry enough, obviously. I'm gonna just wipe that away. I'm gonna add some little like detail coloring in here. So I'm actually just gonna like use this color straight, and I'm gonna use a skinnier brush. Over here I have a bunch of brushes. Let's go with like this little one. I think that will be good enough. And we'll use my little tray here. I'm well aware that my hair just looks disgusting. Alright. We'll start with that amount. And start with this color and just see like if this looks dark enough or not. So I'm just going like in the little grooves, like where it would be darker. And I'm just blending it out into the other color. We don't want any like lines like actual line work going on. We're not going to do all that. Just briefly going into that crease area, putting some of this color in there. But if you see like a weird looking line, just blend it out. And you also don't have to go like all the way up and down. You could just do like a few areas just to add that dimension in a few areas. Do you see how much more like that pops out just adding that dark? Like those folds really just pop now. Because you can see on this side, like watch when I put it over here. And put the dark right here. What are you guys doing down there? My cats are literally right here annoying me. Yeah, can you see those like folds right here? Like they really just pop once they add this color in. Okay, I wanted to bring this up a little bit closer so you guys can see it. The dimension in there that I had added just by going through with a dark color, and then I ended up taking a little bit of leftover of the original base color and just kind of smoothing out any lines. So this is the look of the cactus. I'm going to add just a very few highlights, kind of like here, like where it would highlight there. Maybe here, maybe a few here, here. So just very few. And I'm going to do that right now. No, you need to go. You're driving me nuts. I don't understand why you guys gotta be in my videos all the time. Just go. Go. All you want to do is ruin my stuff. And I'm sick of it. Play with this tape. Here, tape. Oh my gosh. Sorry, my back is facing the camera and that's not a good thing. Unless you're a porn star. I have to show you guys what I'm doing, so, yeah. I'm going to use some white and I'm going to just squirt it into the previous color here, just like that. Oh. I'm going to try to wipe off a lot of the green color, like a lot, and we're just dipping into the white. And I'm pushing it down in here. My gosh, this is not a good look. To get this really soft, and then I'm just gonna take that same technique and just kind of lightly, and it's right on the like bumps, like where they're really sticking out. So if there's any hardcore bumps, like that's where you'd want to put like a highlight. Do you guys see like how much of a difference that has made already? And if you're like, oh, I messed up, just kind of rub your finger into that. That's gonna really help just blend that in. That looks so much better, I think. Just adding the few highlights. And that's all I'm going to do is just a few on the bumps. Just to make those really like push outwards more. right there, maybe here. Obviously, there's not going to be a highlight down there because the light is not shining there. So it's just like up here, like where the light is really hitting it. There's going to be a lot more highlights up here towards the top. And then like sporadically going down. So this is really coming to life now with our dimension that we've added here. And you can do as many highlights and lowlights, you know, as you want to do. It's your project. I'm just showing you guys what I'm doing to make this look more realistic. I think I'm happy with what's going on here. I think I'm almost done, actually. I don't want to overdo it with highlights just because then they start to just really blend in. Okay, that looks good. All right, I think I'm happy with the results from that. I think that looks pretty good. That's enough highlights and lowlights. So now I am gonna go in with this. Oh no, shoot. Okay, I accidentally got a little bit of the pink color, like the peachy color. It's still drying right here, I can feel it. And I don't care if some of the green color gets into it because it'll just make it look like it's really used and beat up. So I'm just gonna take my brush here and lightly kind of go into that. Cover up that peach color. Looks good to me. Just doing little touch-ups right now, because I keep seeing like pieces that weren't fully coated. And I don't think anyone's going to be seeing any of these little pieces unless they're up close and personal with this thing. So far, I'm like loving the colors. I think they look so good. So for the design, I'm going to actually, before I do a design, I want to make sure my pot is like completely good to go. I do see some areas in here like that look kind of sketchy. So I'm just going to go back over and I'm lightly, you know, just putting in some more color. So good. I love this. I love the way like it's turning out. I'm just basically dipping the same color into a little bit of white and mixing them on the palette. And then just going back and forth randomly kind of over this. I like that this is a little bit lighter than that base color. Yeah, look at that. That's gonna add a lot of dimension, just slapping in a random area of white and smoothing it out. This pot has so much dimension, and we didn't even know that a flat surface could have so much dimension, did we? Until right now. So yeah, this looks so good. I like the way it turned out. Now I'm going to let that kind of dry for about 5 minutes or so. Then I'm going to take the same brush, and I'm going to dip into a white color. For the record, white is not a color. Actually, like, just plain white here. And we don't want this much. I'm going to stamp it out over here. See, I'll show you what I'm doing. I'm kind of just, like, pushing it into that previous color just to get it off of my brush. Because I want, like, a little bit. Kind of like that. Like, very flat. I know this isn't, like, completely dry, but what we're going to do is go along the edge here like this. Can you see that little subtle, like, edge of white? And I'm going to try to do the same on this right here. This adds a lot of dimension. It makes it look like the pot was, you know, used over and over. I want all my strokes going, like, the same direction. So this definitely, you can't tell, like, this just kind of blends in a lot. Back and forth, back and forth. Now that has so much dimension, like that was our final highlight. I'm gonna let that dry, and then when it's dry, I am gonna go back in and we're gonna paint a design over that, just so like this looks even more freaking chic. But I'm like obsessed with how it's turning out. It looks so cute. Okay, now that this is nice and dry, I'm gonna go ahead and paint my design on here. I'm going to use a somewhat... Oh, my brush is over here. Just to make sure that everything, you know, is just like white paint. Alright. So, I do want to paint like a really nice design. I don't think I want to get up into the border. Like this little, you know what I'm saying? So, I think we're just going to paint it like right on here. And try to get it like smack dot like in the middle. So the design I'm going is like that tribal design I'm obsessed with. So let's see what I can do. Let's do a little like dot. Okay. And I might have to go back over this later, but I can see like a triangle like piece right here. The fun thing is about this is like it doesn't have to be perfect, because that's what really makes it really unique. I'm trying like my hardest though to get it as perfect, which again makes it look like very unique. I'm just gonna stop talking. Okay. Love that. Looks super cute. I love this pattern, and I didn't really get it anywhere. I just kind of like came up with it in my head. It's the same type of pattern I used in a different tutorial. We're just doing like 2 lines, some triangle pieces, and a dot. I think it looks so cool though. Now I may end up going back over this, or I might just leave it. Depends on how it looks, I guess, when it's all done and dry. So here we are approaching, like, we're about to put another triangle piece. So right here, I definitely make sure I put a line. I don't want a triangle piece to run into this. So let's try to just see if this will fit all the way around. If not, it's not a big deal. And I think we'll go ahead and insert another line. We're gonna try to do this like thinner. so it looks like, okay, that fits there. There we go. So that kind of worked out. But yeah, there's the overall design. I love that. I think it looks so good. I think we'll just leave it. I'm not going to go back over it. I kind of like the rawness of it, where it's like,
oh, the paint's not working. Like, why?
Don't want to ruin it. I'm going to use this white little brush here and just kind of briefly go whoosh, whoosh, kind of over this. And then rub that out. What was that, David? Then rub that out. These are the brightest of the highlights. Now I'm going to go ahead and paint the inside of this black. Just because I really want like a dark color in there. I could even do it like green, if you will, but... Oh, what is going on? Use the same brush with the green. Okay, it's not really coming out, so we'll just in here. I don't want to get this all over the place because this is such a dark color and you can't really come back from this. Once it is put in place, it's there. This is kind of tricky. I'm just taking some hot glue and some E6000 glue just to make sure this is really secure. And I'm going to take some pebbles, like some rocks. You can get them at Dollar Tree or just go collect them from outdoors. Just make sure you sanitize them wash them with soap and water, basically. So the first thing I'm going to do, ideally you would want this paint to dry. Then that's going to happen. So I'm just getting this randomly all over the place. Then I'm going to go in my hot glue. And we want to have our stones ready. Smaller bowl. That way I can just like dump them. I think that's going to be easiest. So let me just find a small little bowl. I'm going to shoot you with my gun. The rock's ready here. It's gonna... part is going to be a little tedious. Obviously, I'm going to sit here and hot glue all these little pieces of rocks all over it, but so here is the glued in rocks. Yeah, so I think this turned out really nice. Now I'm not really sure if I want to add any little details like some little fuzz or something on the cactus itself. I might, but the rocks really are nice feature to like hold it down and make it a little bit heavier. So that's kind of nice. You can see on the bottom, it's still just like plain Jane. Okay, so this very last step where I'm going to add just like a little detail onto the cactus. This is optional. Oh shoot. Well, all I'm going to do is I found this outside. I've already like sprayed this with hairspray, so it's really stiff. And you can find these really anywhere. A lot of people plant these. You can just ask like, hey, can I just take a few cuttings from that? And these are dead, so I'm pretty sure like they'll be like, okay. Anyways, I'm just going to simply pry apart a couple of these. So here's some. Alright, so I'm starting with about 5 or so that are taken off of this. This part specifically is going to be very time consuming. I'm taking tweezers and probably like some hot glue, just some kind of glue to like stick this on to our cactus. And these little pieces, basically we're gonna like take them apart like piece by piece. So here's a little section. So I'm gonna like dip this into the hot glue. and then just like put it on there. Okay, that just fell down. I think we're going to use E6000 because the hot glue does not like to stick to this. Again, we're just taking this piece by piece, little pieces off. Right on the bump. I'm not even sure if you guys can still see what I'm doing, but here's like the line of rows here. And I'm just prying apart a little piece. I switched over to this tacky glue from Dollar Tree. I really like it for this project because I'm simply taking these apart. I already have my dots and I'm just like placing it on and letting go. Some of them won't let go. But if you do it this way, it will go by a lot faster than the other glue. Just wasn't really, there we go. It wasn't working out very well for me. Here is the finished cactus. I love the way it turned out. It can live in its happy little home over here. And thank you guys so much for watching.